So, as most people already know, when I first created the channel, I was very open to different ideas about why this is happening, and I wanted to be respectful. And I've covered this in at least two other recordings. So, if you've gone through and watched most of my recordings, you already kind of know what my attitude is towards all of this. So I was trying to be as respectful as I could be, but outside of just the fact that the people out here are assholes, there's a lot more to it all, and I've seen a lot more than what I report in with the vlogs. So like I'm not really out there to make people like me or whatever. I don't think that's really a smart move. In my experience, having a relationship with the world is this really negative thing that works against you far more than it works for you. I've accepted the fact that the world doesn't like me, and I was taught that in the Bible. But after living life, even if I had never read the Bible, just knowing what I know, I would actually still think that that's a really good idea. Um, People lie, people manipulate, and when I said that, when I said what I said yesterday, I wasn't really trying to attack anybody. I don't really feel the need to go out and just randomly attack people. So like, I think that people can say certain things and they can say it in a very clever way, and if you respond, you just come out looking like the bad guy, regardless. So it's like, well, do I know that the people who say things, it's sort of kind of in an indirect way, like if someone says, well, you know what, I don't believe in God, and I'm not a chosen one or whatever, and none of that really. If a person says that to me, it's kind of like I would be the type of person that would respect whatever opinion they had, but on some level, I would almost kind of feel like it was almost like, I don't know, like I just don't really want to get in those type of conversations with people, I think is what I'm saying. And as far as being a chosen one, I mean, I don't really know what that means to people. So that's in the Bible, and I know what it means in the Bible. I don't, as far as being a chosen one, well, I was obviously chosen. I was either chosen by the world or chosen by God, but I'm a chosen one by default, simply because obviously the gang stalkers chose me, or the community chose me to creep on. So, it's like, well, what does that mean? Well, it could mean that you have been chosen for something. So, as the guy is saying, if I don't know how you could be a targeted person and not be a chosen one. Obviously, you were chosen for something. you know so I don't really know what to do and what not to do. I'm mad at myself because I keep responding and stuff, and I'm mad at myself because I made I made a YouTube channel that didn't really seem to do anything, and I don't know if the people are actual targeted people or if they're all gang stalkers. And I always thought it was weird that my channel wasn't growing, and people who make just regular YouTube channels and don't really show anything interesting, their channel within a year would grow to 500 1,000 people. So the people want to try to get under my skin, and I think that a lot of it is them waiting for me to respond and then using things that I say against me. And I've noticed that, and the world does that. So if I make a video and I talk about subscribers, they will use that, and surprisingly, that's actually happened with my main channel. So like, I was planning to make this video today, and coincidentally, if you want to say coincidentally, my primary channel, I got a new subscriber, and I don't really get subscribers on that channel a whole lot. So I had that channel for about 6 years, and I have 4 subscribers. So I got a new subscriber because I was going to talk about the whole fact that I wasn't getting subscribers in this recording. So the connection, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, making this channel has opened the door for gang stalkers to kind of harass me, is what I'm saying. So I started to So I started to put all of it together. Hold on, let me see what's going on here. Let's see what's going on. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. I had like a little minor issue with the phone, but I started to put it all together. And so, like, everything I say gets used against me. And I kind of feel like, well, I didn't get a whole lot of subscribers, and that either means that everybody's in the know, or I'm being shadow banned by YouTube. So between those are actually, logically, those are the most likely scenarios. So the third scenario is that only targeted people are finding, or there's targeted people out there and they're searching for my videos and they're finding them, or something along those lines. Or maybe because I had like some links put out there, for my channel, and put out there on the internet, and so people got curious. But even if that were the case, it doesn't explain why the channel isn't growing after 3 years of me showing a major conspiracy. Why the channel wouldn't grow, it doesn't explain that. So what I'm saying is, the most likely, not saying that this is what actually happened, but the most likely scenario is that I was shadow banned and every single subscriber I have is a gang stalker. Like, if I was to be logical, that would be the conclusion I would reach. That's why I'm just like, well, I'm giving people a lot of leeway already by just saying that you're not gang stalkers, all of you. And as far as just like everything I say being used against me, well, I don't really have weaknesses anymore. It's noted that you tried to attack me. I don't know what else you want past that. It's noted. I see that. Okay, that's great. You wanted to attack me, gang stalker. I get that. And if I'm going to be honest, I'm actually glad that you're being more honest now and showing me what that you're this hateful monster, so that you can't sneak up behind me. Okay, because normally you would try to sneak up behind me when you weren't having success with your frontal assaults. You try to sneak up behind me by pretending that you were some nice guy. And as far as just my religion, well, I would have been me regardless. I feel like I would have probably been me regardless. I was meant to be me. I was created to be me. And that was just like, I would have been me. So the way I look at it is that I was created to be the type of person I am, and I didn't really have to make a whole lot of compromises. Like, I'm not perfect, but I don't make compromises. Like, I don't have to make a lot, because I'm naturally just like who the person this is who I am. So like, I don't know. I mean, I've always been me. I haven't always been super religious, but I've always been me, even when I wasn't super religious. At some point, destiny was going to come into play and I would become super religious. But before I was super religious, I was still pretty friendly. But the point is that being friendly seems to be working against me. That was the point of the earlier recording, is that you being you is going to work against you your entire life. So that was the point of the last video that I made. Well, yeah, sure, you could be a friendly person, whatever. If that's what you want to consider me, if you want to consider me a friendly person, sure, you can be that. But except it's going to lead to terrible things. You'd have to accept that. So my thing is, well, even if I didn't believe in God, I would have still been me. But I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest that God is real, and that he explains all of this. And if you think that you're a naturally friendly person and God doesn't exist, I can't, I guess free will, I don't know, you're you. I mean, free will would seem to suggest you could just do whatever you wanted or be yourself regardless of whether it was good or bad. But I don't really know what point people are making. Like, it's not about your works or the type of person you are. It's about your relationship with God. And I felt like that's what's taught in the Bible. You're not saved by your works. So you could be naturally the nicest person in the world, and I don't think you're a perfect person. You'd still be sinful. But as far as being friendly, well, yeah, sure, you can be friendly. What's that worth? I don't know. And you got to remember that everybody is a monster. So you're being friendly to bad people. So then that comes into play. So the commenter from yesterday was just like, oh, yeah, I don't believe in God and I'm a good guy. Well, the people that you're good to are not good people. They're bad, they're evil psychopaths. So you could make a moral argument for not being nice to people at all, considering how terrible everybody is. You're nice to a bunch of monsters. I mean, so is that something to be proud of? And we're not even really considering that part. If you're a targeted person and everybody in the entire world is a monster towards you and you're nice to them, so we can make an argument for that. Okay, we can make an argument for that not being good or something. I mean, there's an argument to be made for almost everything. So you're not going to be saved by that. I don't know. A lot of ways of looking at it. But let me go ahead and close with that.